Hello guys, today I will make another video. I will try to galvanize this stainless steel collar from my Opinel knife here. I want to try this out because we sometimes make Damascus steel blades for these, and I think it would look really cool if this was copper colored. You can't find it original from them, so we have to do it ourselves, and to do that I have bought some galvanizing supplies. I have my power supply already from the other engraving video, and we can just reuse that. It's perfect for this. So let's look at the supplies we need and how this whole process will work. So these are all the supplies we need. We need 3 electrolytes, our power supply, and 2 different anodes. We need this nickel strike. This is used to take off the oxide layer of our stainless steel piece. It's absolutely necessary. It won't work if you just use the copper ones. This one. Then we need a basic copper solution, not acidic, for the first layer, because the acidic one will attack the iron and it will get very rough and won't stick properly. Get this. And then we need acidic solution. Here you can just buy some copper sulfide, which is pretty cheap to buy because it's used as a pool supply. Then we need our power supply. Important to get an adjustable one because you need to dial the voltage in just right. It won't work with the big steps you get with batteries. And then 2 anodes. One is made out of nickel, just order it where I ordered the electrolytes from, and then just a piece of copper. Now start by removing the collar, put it in this position, take a pair of pliers and spread this apart, and then with your left hand you're gonna push it off, and now it's taken apart and it's ready to be treated. So now that this is all set up, they should have a bit of space in between them. Connect your anode to plus and your workpiece to minus. Then it's important, you can see here, the voltage is on the bottle. It should be between 1.5 and 5 volt. Always start with a very low value and then work your way up until the point where it starts to bubble very, very slightly. This will give you the best surface finish, which is what we are looking for. So very important, set your power supply beforehand. Then you can turn it off, connect your wires to the power supply, and then start your process. Power the thing back up. So now it starts bubbling quite fast, so we will just lower the voltage down to, now we're at 1.3. Let's go to the minimum amount, 1.4. This is a bit more aggressive than the copper things because it's just taking away the oxide. So let's leave it here for 1.5 to 5 minutes. I think I will do like 3 or 4 minutes, and then I will come back and put it in our copper solution. Now about 3 minutes are over. We're gonna turn off our power supply. This will stop, and then we have to take it out. This solution is very acidic because it contains hydrochloric acid. So what I usually do, I have a bottle of baking soda that's dissolved in here, and I will cover my rag in this and then neutralize the acid a bit when I take the part out. And then just give it a good rinse with some water and then degrease it before the next step with the copper. Now we're at the next step. You can actually see we have some nickel on our copper wire. Now here we have the basic solution. This one should be between 1.5 to 4 volts, so we'll just leave it at this current setting. Should be fine. Put our piece in. Put our piece of copper in, a copper anode, that everything here has been degreased, and then turn the stuff on, and then let's see how it turns out. Everything is connected, so let's plug in. our wires here and then turn our power supply on. And let's see how the action is in our electrolyte. So now you can see this doesn't bubble at all. So we can raise the voltage just a little bit. I will use the fine control on this one. And let's get it to the point where we can see a tiny bit of bubbling. Go up to 3.1. I think I will actually just leave it at that, so we don't get a rough finish, because it won't look good. Now we're finished. I left this one for about 4 minutes. Let's just turn it off. This should give you 0.8 micrometers of copper on your workpiece. Ideally you want about 30 to 40 micrometers, so you have enough on there that you're able to polish it afterwards. So that's because we are gonna switch this one for the acidic one. This should give you 1.5 micrometers per minute. So it would go twice as fast. You can obviously continue with this one, just leave it for 50 minutes, but the acidic one, in my opinion, also gives you a shinier finish, which is what I want for this piece. So let's switch over. Now let's lower pieces into the acidic solution. See a bit of bubbling because it's still covered in the other one. So this just neutralizes it. And put a copper piece back in. Check our voltage. I will lower the voltage again to about 1.5 and then go from there just to be sure we don't overdo it. Turn the power supply back off. Should take some time. I'll just connect it. Put this one in, and then turn it back on. We don't see any bubbling again, but we can see we have some current flowing. So let's just raise the voltage a bit. 2.2 still won't bubble. Let's raise this one a tiny amount. 2.7, which I think is fine. So now we're gonna leave this for about 25 minutes, which should give us around 40 micrometers of a layer, which is enough. And then I will show you how to polish it and then put it back together and see how it looks. So let's take it out. Again, I have my rag here that's soaked in baking soda, and then to neutralize the acid, and then just rinse it with water. Disconnect everything. And then look at that piece. And this, I think, looks really nice. Let's get it in focus. This is a gorgeous finish. And this is also what you get with the acidic one. If you look at it after we took it out of the other one, it was very dark and spotty. You can actually see we have a bit where it was closest to the anode. It almost looks like it's burnt or whatever, but I think this will just polish out. So let's rinse this off and then go onto the workbench, and I will show you how to polish it. Now we are here on the workbench, and let's try to polish a piece. Let's look at it before. It has a few spots and this burn spot, so we'll see how we'll get this out. To polish it, I will use my stropping leather. This has some stropping compound on it for sharpening, and then let's just rub it lightly and see how it will turn out. Let's see, this should get better. You can actually see the pure, here you can see the shine, see the nice copper layer underneath it. So let's just keep polishing it until it all looks clean. Now we are done. You can see the finished piece. Looks quite nice. You can see the burn spot a little bit, but it's not too bad. And also it will age. This is a piece I've done quite a while ago. This is how it will look like after a few months. It will age obviously and get darker, so it doesn't matter if it's that perfect. But I still think this is quite a nice way to customize your knives if you're a knife maker, because since you can't buy this, that's the only way to do it. and it gives you a really nice finish, and it is also not too expensive. That was it. Have a nice day, and I hope you learned something, and bye bye.